two lawn weed killers, two different instruction methods. This one we can go on new turf or seed which is only 2 months old. This one is saying 6 months old. So what would actually happen if we sprayed the 6-month one on a lawn that is 2 months old? There's only one way to find out, and that is to actually spray it. Will it survive? So before we start spraying, let's talk about these weed killers. Why they kill weeds but they leave the grass unscathed. In the one we can use after 2 months, we have fluroxypyr, chlorpyralid and MCPA, and the one which is 6 months, we have mecropop and dicamba in there. So even though we've got different ingredients and different brands in these products, they all come under the same umbrella of they are all synthetic auxins, which is a plant hormone responsible for cell elongation. And what happens is when these ingredients get taken in by the plant, they just grow uncontrollably. And if you notice, when you kill buttercup, you get loads of top growth and even more growth and stretch growth, and it just goes and goes and goes, and eventually it just implodes and dies. So why do these products actually kill weeds but not the grass? That is because grasses are called monocots and weeds are called dicots. What's the difference between a monocot and a dicot? Well, a monocot has one leaf when it grows from seed, and a dicot has two. So if we take, for example, a ryegrass, when we grow that from seed, it has a red tip and then it just grows one shoot, and then a few weeks later it goes into second and third leaf stage. Whereas when we see weeds grow, these from the start have two leaves. So that explains the difference between a monocot and a dicot. Other dicots you might be familiar with are like peas, sunflowers, acorns. When these grow, they produce two leaves straight away. So how do these weed killers actually work? Well, monocots have their growing tip at the base of the leaf, whereas weeds have their growing tip at the top of the leaf. So what this means is the monocots have time to metabolize that weed killer, so by the time it gets down to that growing tip at the base, it's gone. Whereas in the weeds, because the growing tip is at the top, the weed killer has more time to work and is more effective. And also grasses have parallel veins, which means the weed killer can run off and get through the plant easier to be metabolized. But weeds have grid-like structures on their leaves, which makes it harder for that weed killer to be transported through the plant, meaning it's less easier for it to metabolize it and it's more effective that way. So that's how they work. Okay, so these weed killers are going to get sprayed on now. So this one goes on at 2 mil a square metre, and this one goes on at 1.5 mils per square metre. Our lawn is 400 metres, but we're going to split it in two, so that means 200 metres per side. So I've measured out 400 mils of this one and 300 mils of this one. So what I'll do is I'll do 2 sprays. We'll do 8 litres of liquid in total, so I'll need 7.6 litres of water with this 400 to make 8 litres, which will do 200. And on this side, we'll do 7.7 litres of water and mix in our 300, which will give us 8 again. And I know just from experience that my 16 litre sprayer sprays this lawn just in time. So let's go spray and see what actually happens if we spray this one on a 2-month-old lawn. Okay, so just looking for weeds. We've got these creeping thistles all over, which will be coming out of the field. There's plenty in the field. And over here we have the dock leaf coming out of the field as well. They're along there. And there's some more over here. Just every so often we'll see one there. There. So we want to get on top of these just while they're young and are more susceptible to that weed killer. Some over here. But this lawn's only 10 weeks old now, so it's looking really nice. So let's see what happens when we do half of this weed killer. What will happen? Will it die? Okay, so just pouring some water in first. Don't want to pour my whole lot in. Pour my weed killer in. Give these a rinse out. And I'm just going to make sure I don't go above my 8 litres, so I'll go off here. You've got 2 sides, you've got 2 there. And over here. So I'll just go over this side and just count. So I can see the stripe. getting to 8. There we go, we're at 8 litres. Lid on, agitate, and good to spray. So I've just put that little cup there as a marker for halfway. I've just counted the amount of stripes I've got 24, so I've just done 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right to that left hand side. If you are worried about spraying weed killer generally, you can always do it in 2 parts. You can spray half the rate, but your full amount of water, and in essence spray twice, so you're getting the same amount of weed killer, but twice the amount of water. Another tip when spraying weed killers that go on lawns, or any weed killer, is that you've got to be careful with spray onto bedding plants. Shrubs you'll probably be okay, but bedding plants just take extra care. So that is the weed killer applied. Going to leave it a couple of days. I'm due back to cut it. So what we'll do is we'll have a catch up in a couple of days, and it'll be interesting to see what has actually happened and if anything has happened at all, other than the weeds starting to show signs of distress. So we'll come back. For me, it's going to be a couple of days, but for you, it's going to be right after this transition. Okay, so we are back, and it is Wednesday, the 1st of July. And look at this, nothing has actually changed. The weed killer hasn't had any effect on the grass whatsoever. And if we just look down here at this weed, we can see that it has started to get bigger. It started to elongate, so it is starting that process of outgrowing itself, and that will just carry on doing this until it can no longer cope, and then it will just perish. Same here with this one, just starting to kill. These are the dock leaves. And if we just have a wander over to one of these creeping thistles, look at that, the edges are a little bit damaged, so that means this process is underway as well on here. Now, this lawn is 100% ryegrass, so we've got away with it on this one, but if your lawn is bent fescue, then I really would follow the recommendations on the box, because these are very, very temperamental grasses, so just require more care. So ryegrass, we got away with it, I think. I can't see any problems going forward, because typically if you do overdose or do something wrong with these weed killers, you will know about it within a day or two. So on ryegrass, we're absolutely fine. But again, just on bent fescue, just hold off. Just follow the manufacturer's instructions. And if you really, really need to, just do a test patch. You can always measure out like 2 mil for a square metre of the product, which is the one on the right, the Resolver. And you could just spray a little test patch and see what happens before doing the whole lawn. And look at this, whilst mowing, just found my first annual meadowgrass plant in the lawn. So we'll get that out. We'll just close it up, hoping that I can pick them out early. So we're not only combating weeds in this lawn, but those Oxin weed killers will not kill annual meadowgrass, unfortunately. So that is this weed killing video done. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and it's given you the confidence to go out and do your own. But remember, this is a ryegrass lawn, and this video is for ryegrass users only in terms of applying that weed killer early. So if you've enjoyed it, please give me a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on Daniel Hibbert Lawn Expert, when we'll be doing something else lawn related. Bye for now.